Good morning, student. See, in last lecture, we have seen some basic information regarding carbon 13 nucleus, why it is NMR active and why it is less sensitive than 1H nucleus. Okay, now in this lecture, we will see proton coupled carbon 13 NMR. In this lecture, we will see first point, proton coupled carbon 13 NMR. Now, name itself indicates that this name proton coupled, it itself indicates that there should be a coupling of proton with carbon 13 nucleus. There should be a what? Coupling of proton with carbon 13 nucleus. Okay, so if you remember last lecture, so there we have seen a example of n-pentane molecule. There we have seen example of n-pentane molecule, and in that we have stated that there is very rare possibility. There is very rare possibility of getting two carbons as carbon 13 in one molecule. There is very rare possibility of getting what? Two carbon nuclei as carbon 13, as what? Carbon 13 in same molecule or in one molecule. Okay, again this possibility, that again second possibility, that means suppose I am saying this is a carbon 13 and this is a carbon 13. So I want any two carbon as a carbon 13 in the same molecule. So this possibility is very rare. And second possibility, I want that two adjacent nuclei, any two adjacent carbon, either these or these or these or these, they should be carbon 13. They should be what? Carbon 13. Any adjacent two nuclei as carbon 13 nuclei. Isn't it? This possibility is again very rare. This possibility is again very rare. Okay, first possibility is very rare, and again second possibility, any two adjacent nuclei as a carbon 13 nuclei in same molecule. Such type of possibility, such type of probability is very rare. Okay, so what will happen because of such type of probability or such type of possibility is that we are not getting. So because of that, we will not observe homonuclear. We will not observe homonuclear carbon-carbon coupling. Okay, we will not observe homonuclear carbon-carbon, carbon 13 coupling. Isn't it? And this is what? It's a good for all the chemists. Okay, it is a what? Good thing. That means it's a good, very good thing we are getting, and that is very good for all the chemists, that two carbon 13 are not coming together and they are not coming as a adjacent to each other. Okay, so because of that, carbon 13 NMR has developed in very vast ways. Carbon 13 NMR is developed in very vast ways to one of the big stage, isn't it? So now you can understood why there is no homonuclear carbon-carbon coupling. Why there is no homonuclear carbon 13 coupling. Why is it so? Because there is very rare possibility of getting two carbon as a carbon 13 in one molecule. And second possibility, again it is very rare to get any two adjacent nuclei as a carbon 13 in one molecule. Why is it so? Because carbon 13 is having abundance just 1.1%. Okay, hence such type of possibility, such type of probabilities are not there. Okay, now point is what? Proton coupled carbon 13 NMR. What we have to discuss here? Proton coupled carbon 13 NMR. What is meant by proton coupled carbon 13 NMR? Let us see. See, proton coupled carbon 13 NMR, what will happen? Suppose a molecule, suppose any organic molecule is having such type of protons. Okay, any organic molecule can have either 3 proton, it can have either 2 proton, or it can have 1 proton, or it may do not have any protons. So that is what a quaternary carbon. It is what? Quaternary carbon. So this is what? Methyl carbon, methylene carbon, methine carbon, and this is what? Quaternary carbon. So when there is proton coupled carbon 13 NMR, when there is a proton coupling of proton with what? Carbon 13 nucleus. So what will happen? The proton present on the protons present on that carbon, they will split carbon 13 nucleus. Okay, what is in proton coupled carbon 13 NMR? The protons present on that carbon atom, they will split carbon 13 nucleus according to n+1 rule. According to what? n+1 rule. Okay, and again in addition to that, I would like to say second point. Even protons present on adjacent carbon atom, proton present on adjacent carbon atom also split the said signal of carbon 13 nucleus. I would like to say second point, even protons present on adjacent carbon atom also split the said signal of carbon 13 nucleus. Okay, we will see both these possibility by taking one example. Okay, now see, suppose what we are saying here, proton present on that carbon atom, they will split that carbon. Okay, they will split that carbon 13 signal into what? According to n+1 rule. Suppose if such type of protons are present there, so we will get what? A quartet. We will get a quartet here. Suppose 2 protons are there, then according to n+1 rule, we will get a triplet here. Suppose 1 proton is there, then we will get a doublet here. And suppose there is no any proton, then we will get singlet. Is that clear? So this is what? Heteronuclear. This is what? Heteronuclear coupling of carbon 13 nucleus with 1H nucleus. This is what? A heteronuclear coupling of carbon 13 nucleus with 1H nucleus. That means the carbon 13 is having how many number of protons? That protons will split that carbon 13 nucleus according to n plus 1 rule. Okay, so we will get such type of quartet, triplet, doublet, singlet in carbon 13 NMR spectrum, in proton coupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum. For example, okay, now let us take a example. If you have understood this, methyl will give quartet, methylene will give what, triplet, methane will give doublet, and quaternary carbon will give singlet. Okay, if you have understood this, I will erase this. Now let us take a example, simple example. Ethyl bromide, isn't it? Simple example we have taken. Now what the CH2 will give, CH2 carbon will give, it will give triplet, isn't it? Because it is having two protons. This carbon is having two protons, so this carbon signal will get splitted according to n plus 1 rule, so 2 plus 1 triplet, and this methyl carbon, CH3 carbon, will get splitted into what? Quartet, because this carbon is having 3 protons, so 3 plus 1, it will get splitted into quartet, and this will get splitted into triplet. So how this spectrum will look like? Okay, we will have a quartet and we will have a triplet. So in this way we can observe a carbon 13 NMR spectrum of ethyl bromide or bromoethane, isn't it? Now the protons, you can point out the rule number 1. The protons present on that carbon, they will split carbon 13 nucleus according to n plus 1 rule. Okay, so proton present on this carbon, it got splitted into quartet, and proton present on this carbon, it got splitted into triplet. Now the second point is what? Even protons, even, I mean, I have to not say odd or even, isn't it? Okay, even, that means although protons present, I can say here, although protons present on adjacent carbon atom, okay, also split the shared signal of carbon 13 nucleus. Now if we talk about this quartet, okay, so this quartet will again get splitted into another lines. Okay, let us see. Although protons present on adjacent carbon atom also split the shared signal of carbon 13 nucleus. So this is what the signal for CH3, this is what the signal for CH2. Okay, now this CH3 quartet is having which adjacent proton? These two adjacent proton. So these two proton will split this signal. These two protons will split this quartet signal. Okay, now there are how many protons? 2. Hence each line of quartet will get splitted into triplet. Each line of a quartet will get splitted into what? Triplet. Why triplet? Because this quartet carbon, the carbon which is giving quartet, it is having 2 adjacent proton. Hence each line of quartet will get splitted into triplet. Okay, so you will see carbon 13 NMR of this ethyl bromide like this. Sorry, I will draw it much better, in much better way. Okay, so you will see So see, each line of quartet, it got splitted into triplet. This is second line of quartet, it got splitted into triplet. This is third line of quartet, it got splitted into triplet. And this is fourth line of quartet, it got splitted into what? Triplet. Similarly, this signal, this CH2 signal, it's for this carbon atom, it will get splitted into, that means each line of this triplet, it will get splitted into what? Quartet. Why quartet? Because this CH2 is having, this CH2 carbon is having 3 adjacent protons. This CH2 carbon is having 3 adjacent protons. Hence, each line of this will get splitted into quartet. You will see. So this is what the quartet, it got splitted into triplet again, and this what the triplet, it got splitted into quartet. So you will see such type of spectrum for what? Ethyl bromide molecule. That means how many lines are there? 12, and these 12, 24 are line, 24 lines are there. Suppose if we are having a molecule of 4-5 carbon atom and so on, okay, there will be a much more overlapping of multiplets. There will be a much more overlapping of all the peaks. That means most of the peaks will get overlapped. Okay, most of the multiplets will get overlap. Okay, so because of that, we will see a very complicated carbon 13 NMR spectrum, and we will not point out, we will not easily identify, or we will not easily recognize which is the signal for which type of carbon, isn't it? So that type of spectrum will be more complicated, isn't it? Such type of spectrum will be more complicated. That means proton coupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum gives more complicated carbon 13 NMR for somewhat larger molecule, that means, or middle molecule also, or larger molecule also. But what is the advantage of this proton coupled carbon 13 NMR? It is giving information. It is giving information that we can point out. We can point out somewhat information from this multiplet. Okay. So what is this? This is a quartet, and each line of quartet is got split into triplet. That means what? CH3 group is adjacent to CH2. What is it? It is for basically for CH3, and that is adjacent to what? CH2. Similarly, we can point out it from this. It is for CH2, and adjacent to that there is CH3. Such kind of information we will get for simple molecules only, like ethyl bromide, ethyl alcohol. Okay, such type of molecule. Or if molecule is having 3-4 carbons, but chemical shift of that 3-4 carbon atom molecule is having wider difference, then and then only we can get such type of information. Okay, but if we are not having such type of technique, then we will not get such kind of information. So this is what? Proton coupled carbon 13 NMR. Proton coupled carbon 13 NMR. So what we have seen here? We have seen homonuclear carbon-carbon coupling is not possible. Why? That we have seen. Okay. Second point, if molecule is having methyl, that methyl signal will get splitted into quartet. Okay. If molecule is having methylene CH2, that CH2 will get splitted into triplet. If molecule is having CH, that CH signal will get splitted into doublet. And if molecule is having quaternary carbon, that quaternary carbon signal will get, it will not splitted, it will come as a singlet only. Okay, this is what we have seen in proton coupled carbon 13 NMR, isn't it? So, and next point we have seen what? The protons present on adjacent carbon atom, they will also split the said signal. They will also split the said signal, hence we will get more complicated carbon 13 NMR spectrum, isn't it? So this is what? Proton coupled carbon 13 NMR. Okay, now we will see next point. Second point is what? proton decoupled carbon 13 NMR. Now what is meant by proton decoupled carbon 13 NMR, and what is the use of it? What is the use of it? Now if we say this title, if we see this title, proton decoupled, the name or a title itself indicates that proton D means what? There will be no coupling, there will be decoupling, there will be no coupling of protons. So proton will not going to split, proton will not going to couple with what? Carbon 13 nucleus. Protons are not going to couple with what? Carbon 13 nucleus. That means there is no coupling of proton with carbon 13 nucleus. Again, what we have seen in last example, there is no carbon 13 coupling. That means there is no carbon-carbon coupling, there is no carbon-proton coupling. So obviously all carbons will come as a singlet. All carbon will appear as a singlet in carbon 13 NMR spectrum, isn't it? So there is proton decoupled means what? There is no coupling of protons with carbon 13 nucleus. No coupling of protons with carbon 13 nucleus. So because of that, you will see all carbons of molecule, I will write the word all different carbons of a molecule will appear as a singlet, in spectrum, in carbon 13 NMR spectrum. Okay, now suppose if we are having this example ethyl bromide, so how this carbon 13 NMR spectrum, how proton decoupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum of this compound will look like? There will be just two singlets. There will be what? Just two singlets. This is what? Proton decoupled carbon 13 NMR spectrum of ethyl bromide. Okay, there is no coupling of these 3 proton with this carbon, there is no coupling of these 2 proton with this carbon. So this carbon will appear as a singlet and this carbon will also appear as a singlet. So there are just 2 singlets in this spectrum. There are just what? 2 singlets. So what we can say, by looking these 2 singlets, we can say there are 2 different types of carbon atoms in the molecule. There are 2 different types of carbon atoms in what? This molecule. Now suppose if we are having another example, benzaldehyde. If we are having such type of example, then what we can say, there is how many different types of carbon, or how it will give, or how a carbon 13 NMR spectrum of this compound will look like. Okay, so point out number of different types of carbon: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it? So you will see 5 different signals. You will see 5 different signals for these compounds. So proton decoupled carbon 13 NMR of this benzaldehyde will be like this. Proton decoupled carbon 13 NMR of benzaldehyde will look like this. So in proton decoupled carbon 13 NMR, there is no coupling of proton present on a carbon atom, and there is also no coupling the protons which are present on adjacent carbon atom. So because of that, we will get only singlets. We will get only what? Singlets for all different types of carbon in the molecule. Is that clear? Okay, I hope you have understood this. Thank you very much. Wish you happy learning. Thank you.